Hey everyone, and welcome to How Ines Rolls. Now, it's getting to be fall. Well, not really, but in my mind it is because it's almost back to school. So today I'm going to be making something for dinner that is perfect for the fall. So add this to your recipe arsenal and let's get started. I've had some requests on how I would make some meatloaf, and I don't make it too often, kind of in the fall, but I'm going to be showing you today how I make mini meatloaves. They're teeny tiny, super cute, and the kids love them. Plus, I'm also going to be showing you a corn souffle. I've been using this recipe for like 10 years, and it's super yummy and very, very easy to do. Both of these recipes will be at the end of the video, so make sure you're taking a snapshot or just have your notepads ready. But like I said, super easy. So I'm gonna get started first on the corn souffle. So one of the first things you're going to need to do is put some butter in a bowl. Now I thought I had a bigger bowl than this, but we'll just have to use this because it's gonna be dump all the ingredients into the bowl. So I'm gonna use this one and hopefully it won't overflow, but if it does, I'll just put it in a silver one. But I also greased a 9x13, so get that going, and you can even preheat your oven, but since I'm gonna wait a couple hours to bake it, I'll hold off on that. So 30 seconds or so until that's mixed in, and then you're gonna get some cream cheese. I think it's really funny that my brain goes into fall mode, and this week's supposed to be like record-breaking heat wave here. So the high is supposed to be like 115, which if you live here in Vegas, that doesn't happen too often. I mean, we can expect it sometime, a couple of times over the summer, but usually it's about 105, 108 around there. But anything over 105, you can feel it, and it's not fun. So hey, it's gonna be like 115. It's because our crazy storms, and anyways, this is done. I'm gonna add this into the microwave, not in the silver. Don't wanna make sparks and blow up my house. But I'm gonna mix that in there and then kind of soften it up and mix it together. I'll show you. So I've blended my cream cheese and my butter, and so now it's just kind of dump everything into the bowl. So I have a box of cornbread mix and 1 can of cream corn and 1 can of regular corn drained. So you don't want to have all these extra liquid in here because it's gonna be in the cream corn. And then you want to add some eggs. So we're just gonna mix this up. I'm gonna start doing this slowly because my bowl's a little small. But you know what? I'm up for the challenge. All right, so you can also make this even like a Mexican version by just adding the corn that has like the peppers in it. And you're gonna have some cheese on top of this. It's gonna be super good. But what I do with mine is, it says to add it in the recipe at the beginning and then bake it, but I like to let it bake halfway, pull it out, put the cheese on, and then bake the rest of the way, just because I like to still have it not burnt or super crisp. So this is gonna be so good. I love this. And it's funny because I've had this recipe for about 10 years now, and it feels like I make it mostly in the fall. Who's so excited for the weather to change and, you know, to bust out the boots, which here in Vegas is when it's 60 degrees, is when I can bust out the boots. If you've been here in the valley, or if you've ever lived where it's in the desert, our blood thins out. So when it gets to 60, it's freezing, or 50, heaven forbid, it's a 50 degree day because parkas come out because it's so cold. It's just because our blood's so thin because we get used to all this heat. But look, it's almost done. Now I'm just gonna add my eggs and then I'll put it in the pan and I'll show you what that looks like. So I just put it in a 9x13 greased pan, and it's going to go into the oven for 40 minutes, but I'll watch it to make sure it's not like over crisping because I do have a convection oven. So sometimes it cooks a little faster, but this is gonna be so good with the cheese on top. Have you ever made this recipe? I love it. So next up is going to be the mini meatloaves. Yay! I just took this out of the oven. You can see it's more goldeny topped rather than like crispy topped if I would have put it in the whole 40 minutes. And I'll cut into it soon. It's still kind of sizzling. It smells so good. So I just cut a piece. Oh, it's so good. So, so good. I better not put that back. I better just finish it. So I'm gonna get started on the mini meatloaves. Okay, so this also very, very easy to do. It's only a few ingredients, so you'll need a box of stuffing, which, come on, it's fall. Ooh, I can't wait for Thanksgiving. And it's just one of these tubes of ground beef. So we're gonna be mixing this up. And I know that some people really like getting their hands in there and mixing it up. Yeah, I don't. So I'm gonna use a spoon. Be very, very careful. And I'll tell you, one of the things that, reasons I don't love it is because I feel like I start like imagining all the germs and stuff getting under my nails, and it's just gross. So do you remember when I was showing you my order from Silicone? Well, I was packaging them up in Ziploc bags, and I had put on like some fake manicured nails. And that evening, like as soon as I was done packaging it all up, I was like pulling out pieces of meat, and I'm like, oh, I was so grossed out. I like wanted to rip off all of my nails. So a spoon it is. For my sanity. So it's gonna be super easy. Just mix these all up and add a cup of water. So remember, all of these directions will be at the end. So I'll have a recipe card that you can take a picture of. But let me get that mixed up, show you what it looks like. So I've mixed it in really, really well. So that's one of the secrets, is you wanna make sure you mix it in so good that you can't even tell that there is stuffing. Takes a little bit of motion to go with that. But breadcrumbs are in meatloaf anyways, or some kind of binder. So as you can see, ooh, isn't that beautiful? So there are 3 ways that you can make this like personalized or like seasoned differently. So I'm going to do like Americana. So I'm going to add barbecue sauce on top of each well, and I'll show you that. But you could do salsa, make it like Tex-Mexy, or you could even do like Italian. So in the recipe card at the end of the end of the show, I should have a cooking show, huh? I'll have those different options, and plus you add like a little bit more seasoning. So to this I added garlic. You might put chili powder with the Mexican version, Italian seasoning with the Italian version. So super easy, way fun, right? To make them like seasoned differently. And I'll show you how I'm putting them into the pan. Now I have them in the pan. I made some adjustments, and I'm going to be making little wells inside the middles, and that's where I'm going to fill it with some barbecue sauce. So it'll make it so yummy, hopefully more moist with the extra the extra sauce, right? And these will cook fairly fast, so about 30 minutes or so. I'm going to make sure they're nice and cooked through. And then I'm gonna pull it out, and I may even add more barbecue sauce depending if I need it. But then I'm also going to top them with some cheddar cheese. Isn't that sound so good? And this is gonna make the best dinner, right? With the corn souffle. So just barbecue sauce. So if you wanna know how to make my barbecue sauce or this barbecue sauce, I will put a link below on making this super easy sweet barbecue sauce. So easy. And I'm gonna get these in the oven. While those meatloaves are cooking, I thought I could get started on the next thing for our dinner, which there's no recipe with this, but it's just fried potatoes. I thought I could do mashed potatoes, but then I thought there's a barbecue element to this, so fried potatoes it is. Just gonna clean up some potatoes, slice them nice and thin with some oil, and fry them up. It's one of our favorites. So I have them frying up. You can see that they're not very big. They're like not quite as thin as like a potato chip, a little thicker than that. If you have a mandolin, which I do, I have a mandolin, but I just like cutting them. And I just salt and pepper a few times. So I know it's better to salt at the end, but I have like a system. Do you know how you figure things out and you're Like, okay, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna flip it. You just have it like down to a science, so to say, because you've done it so many times. That's how I am about salt and peppering. So it works for us, believe me. And it actually doesn't come out like super crispy. It comes out more like steamed, a little bit darkened steamed potatoes, which are a little bit fried. I just took the lid off. These are completely done. So it is almost time to start dishing up, and I'm so excited to eat. So I just served a little bit. These are so cute. I mean, really, come on. You can have 2 per person. That makes 12, so it's six servings, and it's perfect. Like, super, super yummy. It's got the barbecue sauce in the middle. It's nice and hot, so I don't want to take too much. So good. Corn souffle, little fried potato action. That's gonna be one yummy dinner. So I'm gonna set the table now, and I know everybody's gonna like it. So I'm so glad that you came and joined me today. Give the video a thumbs up and stick around. You just never know what I'll be rolling out next.